Working in retail is never easy, especially when you have to deal with a bunch of crazies. Welcome to this episode of Tales from Retail. Our first tale is from Diamond Gal 222. For context, there is a prom this Saturday, right before Mother's Day, so things are pretty swamped at work right now. I work at a grocery store in the floral department, and we only have one person who is a designer to make all of the handheld bouquets and corsages, boutonnieres. A customer came in asking about corsages, saying it's for her mother for Mother's Day. She's like in her 40s to 50s. I called my coworker because she was asking about the corsage. Note, we're not taking any more orders for prom. Too many for one person to do. We did, sadly for us, take the order for Saturday, and what tipped us off that it was actually a prom order was the fact that the customer asked for a black ribbon for the corsage. For a mother on Mother's Day, it should be a bright, almost pastel color, not black. After the customer left, coworker and I talked, saying that it's actually a prom order 'cause of the ribbon. Also, because they wanted to pick up on Saturday instead of Sunday. Now, cut to about 2 minutes before I get off. We get a phone call for floral. My coworker and I already agreed that Mother's Day order pickup would be Sundays, because we already have too many orders scheduled to pick up for Saturday. The call was for a corsage for Mother's Day, picked up on Saturday. My coworker freaking called it, and I had to tell the customer that Mother's Day pickup has to be on Sunday. Customer then said, "Oh, okay," and then hung up. I always wait for the customer to hang up first, just in case they still need something. Moral of the story, and this can apply to other things, don't order flowers last minute, especially during busy seasons or holidays. The fact that they tried to pull a fast one just says it all, and it's kinda like how you called out the fact that they weren't getting any kind of pastel colors for the mother on Mother's Day. Yeah, it's definitely a red flag. This next tale is by I am a username 0. Had a lady come in, and right before checking out, she saw some markers next to the till. We do not carry markers, just put 1 or 2 by the register as one of those overpriced impulse items for profit. She took the marker, which was around pocket-sized, those really small gimmicky ones that you put on a keychain or something. "How small are these?" She kind of threw me off with that question, so I just went, "What? How small are these?" I still don't know what she's asking me. I assume she's just going, "Wow, look how small these things, don't you agree?" I say, "Pretty small." She apparently wanted a different answer from me. "No, I mean, how small are they?" I'm just confused, astounded, befuddled, discombobulated, baffled, dazed, mystified by her questions. I took the cap off the marker to show her the tip. Well, it's about this small, and you can even have it on your keychain. She just kind of sighed, "Never mind." Like my marker upselling techniques have been lacking lately. Then we went about our merry ways. I have no idea what she wanted. You have the marker in your hand. You don't need a master's degree in engineering to look at the 2 parts that make up a marker. Maybe she was talking using it on something really tiny? She gave me no context or additional info at all. This was not even a bad experience. I'm just genuinely confused on what she was asking of me. The only thing I could think is that she wanted an exact measurement, and as if anybody can literally perform that just by looking at an item. Our next tale is from H.T. Myers. I'm a commission-based salesperson employee. We sell pretty niche items in my shop, but we have a solid customer base. Every so often, however, we will get a customer who wants the information we have about these products, but doesn't want to buy them from us. Amazon or eBay are often cheaper, so I understand trying to save money. What I don't understand is interactions like this. We had a customer in the store. Not old, but a little older. Guy saw me when he entered and made a beeline for me.
Hi, I have a lot of questions about your product. It's part of a hobby that I'm really interested in getting started in.
Fast forward about 20 minutes, I've been stuck with this man for 20 minutes, answering countless questions. Every now and then, whenever I ask if he wants to start with any specific product, he'll get slightly cagey or say something along the lines of,
"Oh, I have to think about it."
Another 10 minutes pass, and he asks me for the prices of our basic introductory products. I help him and ask him if he's all set to either purchase something, or if he would like some time to think it over by himself. Nope. He wants my undivided attention for even longer. More time passes, more questions, and he's still being oddly dodgy about pulling the trigger. It's been 30 minutes now. I'm not being pushy. I've even tried to separate from him so I can help someone else. It's clear to me he's not interested in buying, and I've given him a lot of time and attention. Finally, he tells me he needs to think more about it and leaves. No problem. A little scummy to take up that much of my time to ask questions you can Google, but whatever. 2 weeks pass, he's back. He singles me out and heads right to me. He needs accessories for the stuff he bought. The stuff he bought is indeed our product. I asked him which of my coworkers helped him find it since it wasn't me.
"Oh, I got it from Amazon. It was like 5% off there."
Then he begins to ask more questions about the accessories, and the conversation begins to flow exactly as it did before. Busiest season of the year, and this man wants to take up as much of my time as possible without making a purchase. Finally, I ask him, "Are you prepared to pick any of these things up today?" He gets that same look on his face.
"Oh no, I need to think about it."
I tell him whenever he's ready to check out, I'll gladly help him. In the meantime, the shop is pretty busy and there are a lot of other customers that need help getting their stuff today.
"Well, I just have a few more questions. They'll be quick."
This turns into another 10 minutes. I answer the last of his questions. He thanks me, then leaves. A week later, he comes back, again, and is looking for even more accessories, to go with the other accessories he ordered from Amazon. At this point, I'm upfront when he comes to me for help. I let him know I'm happy to help, but I can't keep giving him my undivided attention if he's not here to shop. The internet has all of the information I have. It's not fair to me or the other customers that I can't help anyone who is actually there to buy things.
"Wow, fine. You won't see me again."
I hate it here. I feel like this guy honestly thinks like you're the friendly neighborhood helper, that anytime he has a question he can come to where you're at, single you out, and get your attention. Hopefully, going forward, you won't have to deal with him anymore, because he clearly has no desire to make purchases from where you work. This next tale is by Let's Try This Again 30. So I help run the family shop. We sell truck parts, usually to other businesses and fleets, but we get plenty of owner walk-ins in our store. Considering the limited space, we offer special orders for things we don't have room to carry in store, or larger than normal quantities. Enter this particular customer. Relatively new to us, but he got referred to by another customer. He's always been kind of rude. Anytime this guy is called, I don't think he's ended a phone call with a thank you or goodbye. Just hangs up. Tends to tell you things, but not listen well. Easily annoyed at any delay or issue, but honestly, he hasn't caused a major problem, and he tends to make big orders. We all just get annoyed when we deal with him. So now comes the biggest order he has done by far, and most of it are things we have to special order. The guy gives us a card over the phone. Declined. Says to call their bank. Nothing strange about that. Often big purchases, especially if they've never made a purchase anywhere close to this amount before, get flagged for fraud. We tell him to call his bank, and they should let the next try through if he tells them to approve it. Instead, he gives us another card. Insufficient funds. Tries for a lower amount, $500, goes through. Tells us he'll call us back after he calls the bank. However, another $500 and a couple of cards not going through, and says he'll call tomorrow. Tomorrow rolls around, $1,000 goes through. He seems happy and tells me to run the same card for $2,000 this time. I knew it would flag it as fraud and warned him, but he says go on, and of course it says call the bank. The next card doesn't work and we go on to the next day. He takes maybe 4 days total like this, where he tries a lower amount and then a bigger one to pay it all, but it's paid in full at the end. After the last charge goes through, we tell him we'll have it on Monday because it's now Friday and we can't get the parts on the weekend. He's annoyed about it taking so long and again hangs up without saying goodbye. We recognize his number now and we play rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to deal with him. A customer like this would definitely get on my nerves. The fact that they don't want to do the work they have to contact their bank and let them know there is going to be a big purchase going on, and then to sit there and get annoyed because they didn't want to do that to probably make the process faster, so it takes longer. It really makes you wonder how they get through their daily life. And our final tale is from Super Sailor Z. So this just happened moments ago. Lady walked into my store and asked if we had ice. I told her we did, and she walked away. A minute later, she brought in 4 wired baskets with huge spaced out holes up to the counter and instantly started tearing off the tags. I told her she needed to pay for them first, but she ignored me. It didn't feel like that big of a deal, so I just went ahead and rung them up. She walked away from me to pick up a bag of ice. I ring up the ice, and before I even tell her the total, she opens the bag and pours it into the wired baskets, and all over the counter. She threw the plastic at me, then grabbed another bag and repeated the process, all while ignoring everything I said. She then threw a $10 bill at me and picked up her baskets. Of course, due to the large holes in the baskets, more ice fell everywhere as she walked out. I was completely dumbfounded, still kinda am, along with the long line of people that witnessed it and had to wait while I cleaned ice off my counter. It's people like this that are extremely selfish. They only think about them. I know if they were on the other side of the counter, they'd probably get mad if somebody did the same thing, but in reality, they did it because they knew they wouldn't have to pick it up and they'd have 0 consequences for their actions. They're a fucked up human being. Alright. That's enough tales for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Tales from Retail. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.